Suttles, Director of Education for Pivot Point International, and he's going to give us a little bit of an overview what he did today in the Pivot Point class. The class was dedicated to long hair dressing, and here we have 3 examples of some updos. He's going to go over each one of them and tell us a little technique about each. So let's start with the first one.
Alright, so this one here, the difference in this one is that it does require an assistant and or your guest to hold the 2 strands, but it's essentially like a fishtail braid. So you're going to take 2 strands, and you can either use 2 strands of hair or 2 strands of tulle, and then you literally overlap each hair around the 2 strands, and then this is the tail that you end up with. So if this were tulle, you would end up with this tulle at the bottom. But then the big thing is that we're seeing in magazines and editorial runway hair is a lot of distress. So you just can't be afraid to pull this hair and really distress this and make it, really big and fuzzy. You can even take a Brillo pad and really rub it, and that's really, very editorial.
And what kind of product would you put on a style like that?
You could work with a finishing spray, and then once you're finished, you could take a little pomade on the ends if you leave that out. If you don't want this tail, you can certainly just twist it and just plug it up under there. But then that's very, you can even twist that off to the side, and that's pretty.
Oh,
and then
wow.
I'll give you some runway hair.
That's very pretty.
Yeah, you can even take a pin and just literally just take this and pull it up under there, and it gives you that more editorial look. Yeah.
All right.
So that's what we're seeing a lot is that distress look.
Let me take a look at the side of this.
Yep, and then you can see here, we started doing it up there as well, but it's not very smooth. But you could do this more smooth if you wanted that contrast of distress that's smooth here. You could certainly do both.
Okay, so let's go to updo number 2.
Okay, so then with this one, this will take about 20 minutes in the salon to do, if it's done correctly. So basically, you start with a ponytail, and then you back comb all of the ponytail to really get some nice cushion there. You bring everything forward, set a rubber band across it, bring it up back, and then you just tuck the ends under. But then this finger wave thing is perfect because it's actually done with a curling iron as opposed to actually molding it and letting it sit. So you just take a Marcel iron and do 2 on-base curls. And then once you let them cool, you brush them out, and you start to get those S patterns, and then just take some hairpins and let them rest in the crevices, and then that will set it. So then once it dries, you can see there's a hairpin under it.
Oh, wow.
And it's not even the same color hairpin, so if you had a blonde hairpin, you could really, let it sit there.
You could really camouflage that.
But what you do is you just take it up under a little bit, and then you weave it. So it's getting up under there, and then you pin it, and then you can't see the pin, but it will hold.
That's great. All right, updo number 3.
So then with updo number 3, this is just your basic fishtail braid, and you can see that it's just really
we have 3 minutes remaining.
Under here. So you can see how it's pinned up under there.
Yeah.
But it's just a big twist, fishtail braid or a double strand braid. You do it, and then distress it, and then just wrap it around and twist it in.
Okay.
So that's what we're seeing a lot, though, is this distressed updo.
Very, very,
which makes
very
it so
pretty.
Easy for
so 3 different techniques, and thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right.